meeting is called to order. It is now 6:08. The notices were published on the One Daily Post on January 5th, first notice, and second notice on January 12th, as well as the GovOne portal on both days. Roll call, please.
Laura Talcairo. Robert Martinez. Vice Mayor Pedro Paz.
Present.
Gregorio Cabo. Joseph B. Cruz. Elizabeth Fletcher. All right, thank you. Present via Zoom, Peter Frias. Jack Hattick.
Yeah, get it.
Mayor Francis Asama.
Present.
Jonathan McDermott. Manuel Salas. Peter Santos.
Guide me to.
Jeremy Tennyson, present, and Benito Coy Torres. We have 8 present there.
Moving on to approval of minutes. First, if you notice, the minutes included October 2025. However, that is an error. We approved the minutes in November. So the only one that would need approval would be the November minutes. On the motion.
I motion to approve.
Second.
Seconded by Pete Santos. On the motion, any objections? No objections? So ordered. Financial report. I attached a copy of the financial report for the numbers. Starting off with the 2025 carryover funding. So you know, last fiscal year we had some funding, and that was carried over to this fiscal year. So with the general fund, we started off with 6,232.49. Our total expenditures was 3,491.53, which leaves us a balance of 2,740.96. With the GEF account, starting off 26,038.06. Our total expenditure 10,116.12. Remaining balance of 15,921.94. Limited gaming fund, beginning 6,138, expenditures 3,776.84, balance of 2,361.16. The MCOG supplemental, 16,097.76, expenditures 4,190. I'm sorry, the balance should be 11,907.76. And then the debit buffer strip, 107,995, expenditures 26,000, a balance of 81,995. So altogether, the total carryover pending was 162,501.31. So our balance would be 123,306.82. Moving on to the FY26 budget. Beginning balance for the general fund, 28,555.79, expenditure 2016, balance of 26,539.79. The MCOG ops, 23,684.21. Expenditures, 5,491.46, balance of 18,192.75. The MCOG miscellaneous ops, 105,263, less 55,787.45, a balance of 49,475.55. The GEF account, 62,427.86, expenditure, 39,550, a balance of 22,877.86. And the limited gaming fund, 18,082, expenditure 4,576.69, balance of 13,503.31. So our total FY 26 funding was 238,012.86. Total expenditures is 107,421.60, which leaves us a balance of 135,91.26. Moving on to the NAF account. I don't know if I provided you guys.
Mayor, can I just announce that, Councilmember Dr. McDermott is now present in the meeting via Zoom.
Thank you. So the NAF, this is the Bank of Long checking account. The balance forward on that from December 1st was 36,213.04. Total revenue, 1,250. So $50 from the civil wedding in November, $1,000 donated by Northern Construction, and 200 from GCDL. So that brought us up to 37,463.04. Our expenditures total 13,917.97. Of course, that's 385 for heaven sent. This was for the late Commissioner Anthony Cabo. $500 for Victor Alejandrino, who did the conceptual plan for Lot 7055. The Christmas lighting ceremony expenditures, 2,105.94. The employees' Christmas party, which was December 20th, Uptown, 3,099.66. And the Yigo Softball League, and this expenditure was from November 9th to January 10th, 7,827.37. That leaves our balance at 23,545.07. This does not include the December service charge because I have not received the statement yet, so I don't know what the charge is. And then also checks that were ordered. And then, of course, just so you know that, civil weddings, again, we charge $50 every wedding, every ceremony. So as of December, from January to December, $1,250 is what we collected. Well, of course, pending December, the $100, because we won't get the check until later this month. Any questions on the report? Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
On the motion to approve the financial report, any objections? No objections? So moving on to the mayor's report. So I I know that every month, we were doing commodities, last year, however, we are still waiting on, new shipment from, DPAC. So, once that comes in, then we will, pick up, the commodities and, work on the distribution. So for now, we don't have any commodities, and we're waiting on shipment. The Yigo Municipal, if you all know, we started that week in October 11. 35 teams, we ended the week just this past Saturday, January 10th. It was a success. The award ceremony was very short, because it started to sprinkle and we were out in the open, so, which is a good thing because, we didn't want to hold all the other teams back. Because I believe there's, tournaments that's going on and some of those teams were participating in that tournament or still. So, the awards that we gave out, usually, back in the days, they were trophies and certificates, but, nobody does trophies and certificates nowadays. So, in the beginning, when we started, the first meeting, we kind of like threw it out there for suggestions on what kind of awards that, they would prefer. Of course, we mentioned about trophy. So, I thought, okay, something practical that you guys can use, because these teams participate in outside leagues, other leagues, tournaments. So, the awards that we gave out were, top-up tents. And coolers.
Oh, yeah.
So,
That's it.
yes, so, I know for the champions, which is the men's, women's, and co-eds, it was a 10x10 with a cooler. For the runner-up, it was 8x8. Likewise, the, sportsmanship. And then for the, the pennant, and then for sportsmanship, was, I believe, a pop-up tent as well, and then, we did have a home run king, home run queen, which were coolers. So we figured, okay, something practical, we don't want to give them something that's gonna sit and collect dust.
Right.
You can't do anything with a trophy, so, what's better is something that they can use. So that ended, January 10th.
Maybe next time, give certificate to a sporting goods store
Right.
so they can buy equipment.
They can buy bats and balls
That's an
and
idea.
gloves. Yeah.
That's an idea. As a matter of fact, some of the teams are already asking when are we gonna start our next season.
Yeah.
So we're looking at, yes,
Spring again.
so we're looking at, between June and August.
Summer.
So, of course, once we get a date, then we'll shoot out the flyers and, now that we have, a listing of teams, we will, of course, get in contact with them. KUM Care Force Giving Tuesday, of course, they, gave to all the villages, December 2nd, they donated, pamphlets to the mayor's office. The good thing is, just last week, we went to a house fire in Hemsley. The good thing is that, nobody was hurt. First, the home, it wasn't, only to find out it was not the actual home, it was a bedroom. So, of course, considering that, there was, I believe there was 12 to 16 individuals in the household, we were able to give some of the donation from the care force. Likewise, donation of clothing that was given to us and bottled water. So that was the help that we gave to the family, and they were much appreciated for it. Department of Labor, again, going back to the inspection that they did to the 3 facilities. I know Ethan is slowly working on checking off all the items that needs to be corrected. So, we're still working on that. As he, checks out the list, he takes a picture and sends it to, Department of Labor. The child care stabilization grant, the 600,000, grant, as you know, I did mention that was forwarded to the OPA. I'm still waiting a response from OPA. However, I did talk to the Mayor's Council Executive Director, and she was also contacted by OPA and was asked questions. So I don't know what her response was, but yes, they are following up on this. So I'm going to make a call. I tried to get in contact with the one handling this, but unfortunately she's out of the office, so I want to get back to her to find out what the status is. Moving on to the FEMA Malabar projects. As you know, that funding, the 600,000 was what was used for the repair. Unfortunately, the Yigo gym, which is estimated at 262,000, was deobligated. So the only project that we have with FEMA is the softball field and the outdoor basketball court, which is at 129,000. Again, we're not able to request for the reimbursement because we don't have the documents. And that is what I'm trying to do. So, I'm still working on that. I'm not going to stop until at least we get something.
Right.
So, yes, and because the deadline is this year, end of the year, December 31st, I had to submit a letter requesting for an extension. So, of course, I don't know if that was granted. It has to go through FEMA, right?
Actually, it was,
Oh, it was.
Madam Mayor, yeah, so the recipient can, which is GRO, we can grant the extension all the way up until the end of the period of performance, which is actually May of 2027.
Oh,
But as a practice, we're doing it by the end of the year so that we can help track the progress throughout the year. So there is one final extension that can be done in 2027. But again, by and large, those are probably for projects that in this situation right now where it just takes considerable time to get the documentation. But by and large, this is our action year. So we need to action all of the reimbursements as much as possible because FEMA is starting to tell us that if we don't draw down on what was obligated, then they're gonna be able to take that back because of inaction on our part. So my office is communicating with yourself and so many others, obviously sub-recipients, to make sure that they can get the documentation together in time. And of course, we have to validate that and then send it to DOA for processing. Right.
so of course, I'm gonna continue to follow up on this because 129,000, that's free money. I hate to lose free money. So, and we could sure use it. Moving on to the Yigo Mayor's office fleet. So we added 2 vehicles to our fleet. One of them, yes, one of them, actually we got 2 from Superior Court. One of them is a van. That we finally got registered because it's running.
Yeah.
And so that's part of our fleet. The other one is Xterra. However, we're having issues with that, so Ethan's working on that, and once we do that, we're gonna send it to DPW and then get it in our fleet. Another thing is, we got a new truck, which is what the Vice is utilizing now. So, we're supposed to get another one. The other one, which was the first one, was a recall. So I don't know when we're getting that. My understanding is that they're waiting for the shipment to come in. So then we'll have another vehicle. And it's perfect timing because now, the vehicles that we have are slowly Yeah.
Yeah, they're helping all of the, right, the different,
So we get one, we
Activities.
lose one.
mm,
Yeah, so it's a one for one.
oh man.
But we try to stretch the old ones. So yes, 2 vehicles. On that note, I know we talked about the fuel cards. So all vehicles, with the exception of one, is not on the list. But for the most part, all vehicles. With the one, I have to go back and request again because I'm thinking it's a typo. When we submitted the list, and it was, I don't know if it's on, the company's error or GSA, the vehicle, plate 7819, was listed as 7891.
Right, yeah.
So, and that belongs to another agency, so
Right.
it's just that one vehicle that, we're not able to, take to the gas station. So, but for the most part, they're all on the list. Moving on to, the Senior Citizen Center. So last, November's meeting, I talked about the renovation of the, senior center kitchen. I don't know if you've seen it, it really needs repair. So, I submitted a PRF. I just found out that the bid packets went out today. So I'm hoping that, I don't know how long, it takes. So I'm hoping by the end of the month, maybe, that we'll get something. So, of course, with the kitchen, I know I provided you guys, the plan for the kitchen last meeting. So, I'm having them cut out the counters and the cabinets. They're gonna redo those, and then they're going to install 2, pantries. So, and, an island, a movable island. So, I'm hoping that again, by the end of the month, we get something on that. Aside from that, I did get a listing from Mel. I know I provided that listing to you guys that shows, things that, needs to be upgraded or repaired. So, the most important, one of the things that, I'm trying to work on is the, door. Because of course, that one is necessary. However, in speaking with the executive director of the council, a lot of the centers are experiencing the same problem, and they can't find a vendor. So, I'm hoping that, that they find someone that they can share that vendor with us. My understanding is the vendor that did this, I think, is on base, works on base now.
Okay.
They're contracted, I think, by, Anderson. Yeah. Also the leaks, the kitchen already we're working on. But if you look at the list of items that need repair, I know initially, the dedical buffer strip, I wanted to reserve that so that we can purchase a backhoe. Unfortunately, that's not even half of what a backhoe costs. So, my thing is, I'm willing to use that to repair whatever needs to be repaired here. And that's only because of the safety of the Manoncos, and they're here every day. So I'd like to work on that and, whatever needs updating, that we bring it up to par, windows, shutters, so. And of course, I will keep you guys in the loop as to what we'll be doing. Of course, I'm hoping that we can at least start with the windows, first and foremost, because if you see, some of these windows were damaged by malware. Yes. So. And then there are items that they have requested, tables, chairs, supplies, karaoke. So the Manampos, they do karaoke every day. I think it's 15 minutes a day that they do karaoke outside of bingo and their exercise. So these are things that they had requested for. So, it's for the use for them, the Manampos. I don't see any reason why we can't help provide these items because they don't get funding. The only funding that they have is what they generate for the bingo, and that's for their use, for their field trips, their birthdays. But as far as the contract, it's only for personnel, and this is item white, just for personnel and the internet. So other than that, they don't get any funding. So, looking at their list, I'd like to work on doing some repairs, upgrades, getting some items that they need. Moving on, there's this group called Clutch Guam.
Yeah.
They're, what is it, sports media brand. And they did a presentation at council meeting, and it's creative sporting initiatives, and it's a 100% federally funded. So I know they're looking at an adult village-based league, which is from April to June, 8 weeks. And of course, that's $1,500 per team. It's not free. It's $1,500 per team. I don't know whether this is open, village-based. I'm thinking, okay, so they have to be from the village. So I don't know when they're going to put out the flyer for this or when they're going to open this up. But if you guys know anybody that wants to participate, April through June.
That's basketball and volleyball?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then, well, they said basketball and volleyball. So I'm guessing that it's, huh?
They've done a softball tournament down in Guerrero, like last month. So let's go basketball and volleyball, okay?
Yeah, I don't know about softball. I didn't hear anything about softball, but I know I heard basketball and volleyball. And then also, from June 13th to the first week of August, the summer basketball and volleyball league for ages 6 to 17, and that's free. Free uniform. They get free uniforms. I think he also mentioned a free basketball, volleyball, bags, towel. So if you guys know anybody, you guys from Yigo, of course, we want to support them. If they want to participate, it's Anthony Bolavalia and Dominic Sapon.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give them a call to get more information and see what's actually the criteria for teams. They have to be from Yigo if they're in a team.
And then, of course, where the games are
where.
going to be played,
Yes.
right? Because
Yes.
yeah. I got a number of youth, already in my clubs so I just wanted to know a little bit more about them too, if they have to be from Yigo or, right, what are the criteria? And then the youth one is the one I'm more concerned about, and I want to see if we can put together a representation from Yigo.
Okay. And then the last item, so yesterday I had a meeting with GDP, with the president and Craig Camacho. Because the Yigo Fiesta, Our Lady for This is coming up in February. 14. I'm looking at revitalizing the mini carnival. So already, we've spoke to Glenn Makepeace, who also coordinates with Pitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just have to come up with a plan and what is it that we want, and they'll work with us. Yes, the rides is the bulk of the expense, likewise the entertainment, because in previous stage and sound system is done by Henry Sherrard.
Yeah.
So, that in itself is something costly.
Yeah.
So we're trying to work on that. I have the packet, I just need to sit down and work on it and then submit it by tomorrow. Greg is willing to help us out, he's gonna review it, if there's anything that we may have missed or we need to change, he will let us know, but no later than Friday. So, what GDP gives, maximum of 10,000, and that's, without going through the board. Anything over 10,000 has to go through the board. So, I wanna just stick to that 10,000 because again, I don't know when is their next board meeting.
Right.
And we don't want to delay. So, I'm looking at submitting the application by tomorrow, no later than Friday. Okay, and I will keep you guys posted. Any questions on anything?
I know it's kind of early. Do we have a date on the when that would be though? Just curious. For the carnival?
So the fiesta, falls on the 14th. So I'm looking at, the week before, ending on the weekend off, or beginning the weekend off, ending the following week.
Okay.
So the mini carnival, we're not looking at operating every day. We're just looking at maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Because one of the things that GDP had asked, as you know, their Sunday night market, the
Yeah.
2-1
Yeah.
night market is happening. So on Sundays, it's from 5 PM to 9 PM. So they asked, if we do Sundays, if we can end earlier. Because we don't want to,
Yeah.
have
The night
conflicting
market,
schedules. And, my thing is, I wouldn't want to conflict with their schedule as well, because they're the ones who's
Providing
assisting us,
that.
they're the ones providing, yes.
Yeah.
And, so I even thought that, because this is our first year, we may not even do Sunday. I'm just
Yeah.
thinking Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
That
That's a good
way,
plan.
gives everybody the opportunity to do, the 2-1 night market,
Right.
Sunday family day.
Right.
Yes, this is a way of, doing family day, but, again, not wanting to conflict with GB's 2-1 night market.
Right.
So, it's just a matter of brainstorming when we wanna do it, and if you guys are open to, giving ideas, we're even talking about, even getting, people to come out and open their
Booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, game booth, food booth.
It's also Valentine's Day, right?
Yes, Valentine's Day, so.
Date night. Date night. Date night at the carnival.
This is like once a week, or is it just for?
So this is, we're only looking at 2 weeks, but out of the 2 weeks, it's just either Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay, so
Yeah.
2 weeks span with only 2
Yeah.
days out of
Yeah,
the
not
week.
every day.
So the calendar says the 5th through the 7th, and then the 12th to the 14th. So the Thursday would be the 5th, the 6th to 7th, and then the 12th, 13th, and
Yeah,
14th.
so
Yeah.
either the week before, ending on the week off, or starting the week off,
And then
ending
the week after.
after.
Okay, that works.
Just for two
Yeah.
weeks span.
So it starts on the 14th, it'll go to the 21st.
And then, again, This has not happened in over 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's, again, getting our feet wet. And then, come next year, we can better plan and prepare.
Is there a master calendar for the island and the other villages so that we can look at it and make sure we don't?
There is, as a matter of fact, at the council meeting, that was one of the things that was put out by Mayor Hoffman. But I know that they sent the listing, it's only a draft. I haven't had a chance to open it up, but yes, that's the reason why they're asking, so that we don't conflict with any other village. But, of course, February, there's nothing that happens in February with the exception of our New Year's fiestas. So.
And there's also an anticipated Megalahi Gala on the 20th and 21st. So,
February,
yeah.
Right.
So that might be conflicting if we start on the weekend.
so.
But it'd be also nice to also include like the private big events, because those concerts that they have at Leo Palace, we don't want to plan anything the same night they're
Yes,
having a concert
yes.
at Leo Palace, because a lot of people will.
Yeah, I think there's 2 in January, but I don't know if there's anything in February.
Right.
If I remember.
As far as like the master schedule, we won't even provide it to you.
I'll check the.
Yes.
On the, as far as the, concession stands or anything like that, is there certain requirements that is needed, or can it be, people can apply at mayor's office for a booth, for like, especially if they're doing fundraising for medical or whatever, or do they have to have a license? What's the, I think that's something we may have to ask, what's GPP requirements?
Okay, so I know in previous, if they were operating a food booth, then of course they need health certificate and whatever they need from public health.
Yes.
Yes, sanitary, yes. But if they already have an existing license and health certificate, sanitary permit, then they won't need one. They can just use what they have, they're existing. So
Where are you thinking to hold it at?
this will be at the gym.
The parking lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Parking lot?
Yes, in the parking lot, like we've done before.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's like 2 concerts that weekend on the Valentine's. One is Passion, UOG, and then the second one that's for the 13th, and then the 14th there's Julian Marley. It's going to be on the 14th, so I don't think it's
That's not that big.
yeah. It's
That's
not
a-
like
That's a specialized
Yeah,
audience.
it's not like the Freshly Fest or something where there's
Or the block party in the Ganya.
yeah. So I think we're okay.
We're okay.
Yeah.
I just remember some weekends we didn't know which way to go because there's all these big, huge events to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and I wanna, if we can start, the week before, and then the week of, yes, that way, it just ties everything and, we just end that day. Any other questions? Going back to, to the softball week. So of course, we did, entrance fee collection. There was 35 teams. That's the men's A, B, women's, and co-ed. So, the total entrance fee that we collected was $12,250. Our sponsorships, which included businesses within Yigo, outside of Yigo, was $4,800. So the total revenue for the softball week itself was $17,050. of course, our expenditures, which was the officials, that's four umpires and one scorekeeper. Total, $7,770. The umpires were $30 a game. The scorekeeper was $15 a game. So, how this was done, if you look at the dates, so, they prefer to get paid every 2 weeks. And so, it's kind of like your dog walking payroll. So every 2 weeks, they wanted to get paid. So, of course, we ended the regular season ended December. And then what I did was, for the last payment, that included all the playoff games and the championship games. So, again, the total payment was $7,770. And then other payments, of course, prior to getting all the entrance fees, sponsorships, we had to prep the field, get all the supplies, and of course, if you notice the first item, the reimbursement, $273 and 78 cents. These were for materials to for the field lining, softballs, the flags, the ropes for the flags, some other items. So, again, this was because we did not have any revenue for the field, or for the league. And then, of course, the two other items, Home Depot, these are where we purchase.
No.
Yes. So total for the awards was $2,483.59. So the total expenditure was $10,527.37, which left a balance of $6,522.63 from the softball league. So, I'm hoping that when we start the next league, that we'll get more teams. Because I know in previous we've had like over, I think it was over 50 teams. So I'm hoping that we get more. As a matter of fact, while I was at Home Depot, I met two of the employees there who was very inquisitive about the pop-ups and the coolers. And so I said, oh, it's for the awards for our league. And he said, oh, I didn't know. They play in a team. So they wish they knew, because then they would have participated. So, we told them, okay, next week we'll let you know. They work for Home Depot. So he said they have a team of, I believe they're a Palawan team. So. Yeah, so just wanted to share that. Any questions? Okay, moving on to old business. Chamorro Land Trust Commission, of course, as you know, lot 7055, which is located behind the gym, is a property that I've been looking at, hoping to get turned over to Yigo. If you look, I know I provided the conceptual plan. There's a conceptual plan that I provided you, and also there's a listing that came from one of the contractors, which starts out with the engineering and planning approval. Timelines for these, this is just something that he came up with in the event, we do get the property, but of course, these dates, may change because we don't have the property. It's not, given to us yet. But other than that, there was 2 items that I removed from there. One is the property approval from CLTC. I got rid of that because we don't know when that's gonna happen. And then the funding allocation. I got rid of that because, we don't know, where, we will get the funding. Of course, I'm trying to, work with the front office as far as the funding of the interior, whatever grants that are out there. Even with the Pura.
Laura, about to say the CDBG, yeah.
So I'm looking at all these avenues. So of course, funding allocation, I can't give a timeline on that. So other than that, this is what was provided by the contractor. Progress, schedule, timeline. So, and then of course, if you look at the plan, which has the football field, soccer field, playground, basketball court, restroom with showers and locker room. There's also, if you look at the item number 9, right next to that portion where it says open. So that there is kind of like an open area, kind of like Dededo's farmer's market. Yes. So we wanted to incorporate that as well. And then of course you have the 2 softball, baseball fields on the right, which is surrounded by jogging and walking path. So this was just something that we came up with. We have to submit to more land trusts. So this was submitted already. Any questions?
Did we not have a bill that was introduced for this effort? I remember you going to a public hearing on a bill. Was that not?
No, the public hearing that I went to was for PD.
Oh, okay, for their precinct. Okay, their
Yes.
proposed precinct. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Any questions? Next item, CDBG-DR. So, I communicated with Lloyd
Cubicle. Yeah.
So he's the state hazard mitigation officer. So I had a little chat with him last week. I'm supposed to meet with him, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to, so I want to go meet with him. I still want to go meet with him. And this is reference to the flooding on East Gatineau and Marianas Terrace. So I do have the notice of interest that I'm working on, that I need to submit. However, what I wanted to do before I submit this is I wanted to attach a map of the area so that they're familiar with the area. As you know, there is a river, well, so-called river that runs East Gatineau, yes. And so it affects Rosendo Line, Savant Street, and East Gatineau homes there. Not all the homes, but for the most part, there's, I can maybe count, I want to say 10 homes.
Yeah, it's not the same at the visit.
Yes, so I already submitted the survey, which was online. I just need to submit the NOI. And again, I want to attach the map and go and meet with Lloyd to explain to him. Same thing with Marianas Terrace. Unfortunately, all that water comes from That road,
Yeah.
my understanding is that Quantum Basin, has not been maintained in like over 20 years. So of course, there may be sediment. So all that water comes down to Mariana Stairs, and unfortunately, there was a street that was just paved, that's Diaz Street. That's on the backside of Mariana Stairs. I took a drive there, I think it was maybe 2 months ago. And all the rain, you start to see erosion. And this is one of the new paved roads. So I'm hoping that, this is another project that we can work on with, the CDBG part. Another project is the Yigo Gym. They are going to turn the gym into a tier 2, so that means, that in the event after storm, all those shelters, once they move out of the school, they go into the tier 2, which is the gym. In previous, even as made as Mawar, the residents who were in the schools, were sent to a Stumbo. So my thing is, they're from Yigo,
Mhm.
why not keep them in Yigo?
Right.
So.
It would be unfair to place the burden on the Dedidome area to
Yes,
shelter.
yes,
Yeah,
definitely. So, Yigo will be turned into a tier 2 shelter, and in speaking with, Tina, Contreras, this project will fall under CDBG, D part as well.
Right.
So, I know I got an email today, I have to complete the survey online and submit it. And I believe I need to do one of these as well. Do you know?
yes,
The N1?
right. So, Gura will be starting the implement or the soft launch of their portal. So once their portal is up, you'll be able to go into a database like that and manage your application and all that other, that's what I've been briefed by. Well, as you know, hazard mitigation now falls under the Guam Recovery Office, right, because of the executive order. So we're working diligently to link up with Gura to make sure that once that comes online, our subrecipients now can start to, submit their applications and And then I believe one more thing has to be done. I think an MOU has to be procured because Gura will be doing all the procurement for that. And then I think the one thing that the executive director of the Mayor's Council reiterated is that the mayors be given an opportunity to come along and be brought along with each phase of the project, just to make sure that right, like they're informed about the project status and making sure that all the specifications are correct, right? So that was something that was expressed to us in a meeting that we had with Georgine yesterday. Yeah. So we're looking at something very good for that. And any other projects that you might have that, and I wanted to bring up the gym was denied or was not obligated, right? Was actually denied by FEMA, but it was damaged by the storm.
Right.
So I'm thinking perhaps that we could provide the scope of work that was already kind of like started on and
Yes.
provide it to the CDBG DR MIT team and make the gym also a portion of that. But it's really difficult because it's going to be a tier 2, right? So how do which one comes first? Do you repair the malware damage first, or do you go directly to hardening, right? And so that's something that I think needs to be discussed, but I defer right to you, Mayor, and what you want to do with it. I certainly think that there's good opportunity for us there.
So I know, Stephanie, I believe, she was accompanied by Tina when they came out to do an assessment.
Mhm.
And then, of course, the DPW engineers came out to take a look at the.
Right.
So.
Had the gym been obligated, we would have had to finish that that repair first before we could
Yes.
apply for any mitigation, yeah, see,
And
so.
so, even if we're going to, if it was obligated, doesn't make sense that we're gonna repair it. we're gonna
And then they're gonna come in and,
Yeah,
yeah, they're gonna have to cut it out and make it hardened again, so.
right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the update with, the CDBG-DDR and the Yigo Gym. Any questions?
Ma'am, I just wanted to find out if there's a generator project that other mayors are we included in that? Forgive me, and that I didn't have that list in front of me, but are we also doing a generator for our,
So, my understanding, when I was still working for recovery, I was following up on that. Unfortunately, Yigo was not hired. Yeah. But, I had asked, I'm trying to think if it was Tina that I spoke to or Lloyd that had mentioned that there is, for the Yigo gym. But of course, when it becomes tier 2, they're gonna need a generator.
of course,
Yeah.
that's why I asked you
Yeah.
about it.
So I don't know if that's the same one that you're talking about, or if, the generator is also tied into the tier 2 project.
Okay,
So
okay,
I just need to clarify that, but, yeah, I followed up on that and I was told she was not pregnant.
wow, okay, thank you.
Any questions? Okay, moving on to new business. Public hearing, Department of Land Management, so, we got a notice from, Land Management, JRR Investments, which is owned by Atkins. If you're familiar with the building across McDonald's, Yigo McDonald's, so that used to belong to Serino. So they sold it, they bought it. They want to turn that building into a self-storage. So, the JRR Investments is represented by Dan Squealy. The public hearing is scheduled for Tuesday, January 27, 6 p.m. here. So I'm asking the council members and of course the vice, if we can show up to this meeting. That way, any questions that you have, you have the opportunity to, and it will be addressed by Dan Squealy. He did come to my office sometime last year and we talked about this. And so now that they are moving on with this, Tuesday again, the 27th, like all other applicants that came through, of course, we would have to address this on our agenda. And of course, a resolution to land management.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why I'm requesting if it can be at a meeting, so that come time for the council meeting, when we have to address this this application, whatever questions we may
Let them
have.
address it.
Yes.
Is this the building right across the current McDonald's and where the laundromat
Yes,
and all that?
yes, where Domino's used to be.
Oh, okay.
I think they came in, right, and spoke to us before. Was it like a few months ago? They were requesting like a variance. It was different.
Well, that's another.
That was a whole.
Yeah, so this one
That was a
here,
housing development.
Yeah.
so this one here, one of them is, height variance also.
Yeah, that was a height variance for the.
So no, it wouldn't be them because I just got
Oh, okay.
the packet, just, last month. So one of them is, for conditional use, and then the other one is for, height variance.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I emailed you guys a copy of the packet.
Right.
Yeah.
So, that would be for, again, Tuesday, January 27th, 6 p.m. here at the Senior Center. Any questions? Moving on to item B, town hall meeting. So this, I just got an email from Captain Pitcher, I believe it was Monday, postponing this January 28th town hall meeting. So now it's scheduled for Thursday, February 19th, 6 p.m. And this is reference to a body worn camera project. So, again, this was supposed to happen on the 28th of this month, but now moved to February 19th. And that's a Thursday, 6 p.m. Any questions? Item C, Total Guam Foundation, their January Wellness and Meals Outreach, Bill Breeze. This is the one at East Gajanero. We take it all the way in to the end.
Yeah.
Bill Breeze on Saturday, January 24th, 7 a.m. to, I'm sorry, it says 2025, should read 2026.
Right.
7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Yeah, it's not in 25. So 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. If I'm not mistaken, they may set up at the same place by the bus stop. So their last outreach there was very successful. They had a lot of the residents within the area come out. So again, that's January 24th, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Whenever I get flyers from them with regards to this, I always post it on the Yigo chat. If you guys are in the chat, I always push it out to the Yigo chat as well as MC. And then, asking everybody to share. So, and then their next one will be at Zero Down, January 31st, again from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. According to former Senator Dennis Rodriguez, they want to do this on a monthly. So I'm hoping that we'll get the schedule for February soon. Yes.
Is this just basic checkup, like the services that they provide, just like a basic checkup?
I think it's like basic checkup, immunization, I believe.
Do they do physicals? They do physicals for the
Yes,
kids?
I believe they
Okay, great.
Yeah, so,
That's a pretty
Yeah,
good one, yeah.
I love that.
yeah, so January 24th, again, Bill Breeze, 7 to 10 a.m. And then Zero Dawn, January 31st, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Any questions? No? Moving on to item D, liberation.
Yeah.
We're already at liberation again, wow. that's-
Yeah, before you know it.
Didn't we just
Yeah.
finish the mission?
Yes. So, one of the items was is the pageant committee. So again, Mayor J. Trulani is chairing this committee. The only difference from last year is that they added a Mr. Liberation.
Ooh,
Yes.
Hey,
yeah.
So,
All right, John, Mr. Liberation.
so,
Jingo's
we had a
candidate.
hard time finding a candidate for last year, for Liberation Queen. I don't know how difficult it's gonna be to find a Mr. Liberation.
Vice right there, it's got it
No,
covered.
man.
That's all I'm talking for.
Well, they did have a Mr. Guam last year, and someone from Yigo won.
See?
That was real kid, my son.
See?
There you go.
See?
Yeah.
So, we did get the packet. Unfortunately, I have not gone through it, because there was so much going on, but definitely I'm going to go through it and then push it out. In the meantime, if you guys know anybody who is interested and would like to participate, would like to run, hey, by all means, we want to put out a candidate. So I don't know if we'll be able to find a Mr. Liberation,
Yes.
hopefully. But if not, at least Miss Liberation or Liberation Queen.
You're the vice mayor?
Well, we gotta start early because the entrance fee and all that.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like 2,500, right? So it'd be 5K total
Yeah.
if it's two.
Yeah,
The initial, I believe the initial 2,500, so,
Yeah.
um,
So she brought it to a staff meeting on Monday. We can start doing the fundraisers and stuff
Yeah.
early on,
yes, yes.
because I believe we only have the one.
right, yeah.
Yeah, so,
But she was a really good candidate, by the way. Last year, I had an opportunity to drive her a little bit in the parade, and our candidate, remember, when we drove her? She was really good, so I hope we can find someone definitely like her.
Can she run again? You know, give her a good chance. This time, last time was very last minute,
I
so
can,
if she
Yeah.
had,
I can
if she
check.
had enough time.
Yeah,
It would be beneficial because she already knows a lot of it and, yeah.
And then she can better plan.
yeah.
For, you know. I mean, I can check with, Mayor Talani.
Okay.
The other item is the float entry.
Hmm.
Of course, we can't design the float until we know what the theme
Theme
is.
is,
Yeah,
It won't be.
and we don't normally know the theme until,
yeah, last minute, yeah.
But at least we could start securing the trailer and everything.
yes, yes.
Drive and all that.
Yes, so, and that's the reason why I put it there, so that, we can all, provide some ideas as to what we need to do, maybe a list, to run down, trailer, driver, materials, check, kind of
Yes.
thing, yeah, so.
I can say that some other villages didn't even start working on their float until the night before.
Oh, God.
But
They were still working on it that morning in line.
in the line, yeah.
In the dark. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
But all in all, last year's float, turned out great.
I love it, yeah.
Yeah, vice versa.
Considering, I think we only have 2 weeks?
Yeah,
2 weeks time to
Yeah.
put it all together, I think it turned out great, and, my thing is, yeah, if we win, yay,
Mhm.
if not, at least we want to speak.
yes. We're represented.
These are village, after how many years is back in there participating?
Right.
Yes, the participation. So, again, if there's any ideas, if you guys, kind of hear some buzzing about the theme,
Mhm. Right?
I don't know who comes up with the theme. I don't know how soon they
Yeah.
even decide. But again, if you guys hear, kind of just share so we can just plan around and, yeah, so that's about it.
Right.
Anything? No?
No.
Nothing? Okay, moving on to announcements. Any announcements? No? No announcements?
I have a question. Mayor, if I get married, do I get a discount on your prices?
If you what? Can
If you get
If I
married,
get married and you do my civil wedding, do I get a discount on the pricing?
That's fixed by law.
Yeah, sorry, no discount, no senior
no
citizens
friends and
discount.
family.
But, it's a flat rate $50.
We're all gonna donate to cover your,
Yeah.
the $50. Yeah.
Yeah, just keep me posted.
Okay, I'll keep all of you guys posted in case it happens.
In case it happens or when it happens.
No, in case. You're in case, not when. Yeah, in case.
Okay.
All right, Mayor, I just had a thought also. I know there was a second round of public hearings at the legislature on the deodorant in the water here in Yigo, right? And I was wondering if there was any status update on one of two things. Either, number one, is there going to be any kind of outcome from these legislative hearings? And then number two, What is the status of the pending class action possibility? And maybe I can defer to Pete on this one, but I know that there was some kind of talk about a suit, some kind of civil suit, for it.
I think one thing that they updated that they found out about was that a lot of the gouge and contamination was in fact from that.
Right. Yeah, I think that was a very important, feature of that, but what are some of the, and then what is the intent? Because I know the military has started their own investigation, is what I'm
Yes.
hearing is true, their own investigation into it. So, just want to make sure that you, of all people, are informed about anything that's going on and what's going to come.
Yeah, so you notice how, that whole investigation on the military side is kind of like a hush,
Mhm.
nobody knows.
Mhm.
But, I
Yeah.
was, I was told about it.
Mhm.
I know one of the things that, the residents were asking is, the, what is it, the filtration system.
Mhm. Yeah.
They were asking about that, so is GWA still moving forward with that?
Yeah.
Yes, there is a website that they have to go onto, and, there's a form that they have to fill out.
It's coincidental because I talked to the shippo today, and that was one of the things that came up in my conversation with him, is that GWA is pushing for that, but they need to assign a US EPA person to come in and do the environmental assessments right before they put those filtrations in the systems in the ground, and if there's any disturbance, obviously. So yeah. That person should be on the ground in February, the US EPA official. So
Oh.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, are we done with that one? I was just wondering, it's been like 5 years already since I applied for, home delivery with mail and stuff.
Hmm.
I don't know how to approach this, to have a home delivery at my area. They keep giving me all kinds of excuses. What can we, as a community or maybe a village, how can we get the home delivery out there, or even those, I forget what they call
Cluster
those
box.
boxes on the
Cluster
side.
box.
Cluster box.
Yes.
Cluster boxes.
Yeah, cluster. Is there any way that we can get those things, because I know our mailbox or the Yigo mail, post office is no longer in operation, right?
She's talking about the one out here.
Which
Is
is,
it open?
Yeah, I get one of
Is
them.
it?
which one are you talking about? Because there's the one right by the office, and then there's one by
They
Cadence.
won't, they won't accept a PO box, they want home address, and then it doesn't, how can I get mail delivered in my area? And they said, get a hold of your, like your neighbors or whatever. I already did that, and still nothing, so I know it's a postal side, but man, in 5 years, I'm still waiting to know. What can we do? I mean, can we get some kind of meeting with them and see what is it, the actual requirements to get, our mail delivered? I don't know if it's the location where I'm living at, out there in the back road, but just a thought, and I'm trying to get help, but it seems like there's no answer for me.
I can
Well, I
say
can-
regarding that.
Mayor, you were gonna speak, go ahead, and then after I can do something, I can try to do something.
So, I would have to, check with the postmaster. What is it that needs to be done? If we can get a cluster box, the only thing is, getting a cluster box, there has to be, a government property. Because, that's something permanent, they cement it down, so of course, we can't do that on private. That has to be on government property. So, I can call, or have the office call and find out what's the process. On the cluster box and the home delivery.
What I can do, Mayor, is maybe I can talk to the postmaster and see if she's willing to come in to come into one of our meetings, maybe our next month's meeting,
Oh, okay.
to talk to us about that, cluster boxes, and what is the procedure, right? Because you live on the back road, correct?
Yeah.
Is there anybody on your street? Are you on the main Route 15 or are you off Route 15?
No, I'm inside the sticks.
Meeting of the stick. So maybe we can get her to come in and talk to us about that and how
I'm thinking there's some things
delivery,
to
what
go around
needs
it
to
rules
be,
and
and what
secondary.
are
Also,
requirements for
we
home
did,
delivery and a cluster box besides it being on government property.
Street
Maybe I can
sign,
get her to come in
and then
and talk to us as a council so we
the
can
mailbox.
have that information ready in case our
You have to have at
villagers
least 200
need those answers.
Oh, okay, that,
Right.
yeah.
People.
I have all the
The
documents.
population of the area, gotta be kind of.
and then postage.
Correct.
The ones
Because of the
free
mail
until I get the home delivery, approved, and I'm like, 5 years later, I'm still free. I mean, you know,
It's under your name list, so I can check.
Yeah, Amazon
I
Prime.
will get a hold of her for you. And I will get a hold of her for you, Mayor, to see when she's available.
Delivered to.
You just need to let me know,
You just have to put the
every
address.
second, what is it, each month, right?
Yes, every second Wednesday.
Okay,
So
and
then
then,
you put that in front of it,
I
and you put your box number. and
personally, and I can get a hold, I can get a hold of her.
So that's that.
Okay, so then the next meeting will be February 11th.
See if she's available to come in on that day, to talk to us about all the, and any other questions that's dealing with the mail,
Okay,
maybe you can add a list, but just, I'll let you know, Mayor, if she's available on that day. But just remember that, you know, a lot of it is, I know for a fact, some of the stuff that she wants to do, her hands are tied because we fall under Hawaii's something, right? But she can explain that, but Liz, I can check what's happening with you. If, you can just private message me the full name of the street that you're on and who you turn your documents into, okay?
It's good, thank you.
thank you. And in the meantime, I'll call and see if we can get some info on that. Okay, thank you. Any other announcements? So, this Friday, there's supposed to be a tournament going on down at Guerrero Field. This entails, it's women's, tournament. So this entails, I believe, 4 or 5 of
All 5
island teams. Japan,
Korea,
Korea,
Sinamai, and I don't know if it.
Slow pitch, fast pitch?
No, this is, slow pitch.
Yeah.
I believe it's slow pitch.
The smoke
So-
and light is part of it.
Yes, so they're the ones who's, I believe, Justin Lomagia is the one who coordinated this, and so that's happening, starting Friday. First game is at 8 a.m. So,
So if you wanna go and
And
check
then-
that out.
yes, and this will run, I
Friday the
believe, all the way to Sunday, right? John?
Yeah.
Is it Sunday?
Yeah, that's what Mayor Bob was saying, because he's gotta go down there and like do a thing.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
There's a big event Sunday up at the CO2 in the parking lot, so that's gonna be interesting.
Interesting. Parking's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna message them now.
Yeah, so that's happening Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Mhm.
If you want to come out and watch the ladies from Up Island challenge each other, including Guam. And of course, that's the 3-day weekend.
Yeah.
What is it, Martin
Luther King.
So if you don't have anything to do,
Come on down.
and support, yes. Any other questions, announcements? No? We're good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Motion to adjourn? Are we good?
A second.
Okay, any objections on the motion? No objection? So ordered. Meeting is adjourned.
Eva.
So this one is-
Good job, guys.
Thank you.